Yes, it's that time again. Let's slow down and simplify our mind. Greetings. You are listening to the podcast Simply Complex Get Over It, episode number 5. This is a weekly podcast focusing on what we hilarious humans tend to complicate in life and how we can get over it by simplifying the way we think about it. I am Francine Carter, your host, professional coach, and fellow complicator. Today we are getting over the it of family, specifically family obligation. Wow, this could be an interesting podcast today with potential hate mail or emails from my family asking if I'm talking about them or who knows. So, please keep the hate mail to a minimal. And if family, you're thinking that I'm talking about you, well, then we need to have a conversation. Oh, isn't it interesting? Lately, I think I've talked to more people about family obligations and not wanting to go, not wanting to be there, how family has hurt them, how family has done this and done that. And it's just heartbreaking, and yet it really made me think about it. You know, most of us are taught you have an obligation to your family to go to functions, to be at events. You must or you should or you have to accept your family. You must or should or have to have a relationship with your family. Must or should or have to take it from your family. Which means you must or should or have to put up with maybe lack of respect, poor behavior, treatment. Really? Really? We're obligated? We must? We should? We have to? From family? Wow. Where do we get these rules? How many chances do you give? How many times do you have the same talk? How many I'm sorry's do you accept for the same behavior? How many times do you just give in, feeling a piece of yourself being chipped away little by little? How much do you take and must you take from family? Am I obligated? Are you obligated? You know, really, we're obligated to striving for the healthiest relationships we can possibly cultivate and obtain. And if it's not cultivated, and it can't be, isn't it okay to put a limit on contact with family? Isn't it sometimes absolutely necessary? It's simple, right? It's not a good relationship, it's family. Distance. Hey, it's not a good relationship, it's family. Cut them off. Simple. No, it's not. That's complicated because they're family. A sense of family. The word family is such a big word. Blood relationships through marriage, adoption, choice. Isn't it just a concept? Or is it? For me, family is very important. Very important. I love family reunions. I love Facebook so I can keep connected to family I wouldn't otherwise be able to see very often. Yet I have learned Just because you are my family does not mean I must take what you might be dishing out at me. Conversations about that need to be had. Boundaries need to be set. Respect needs to be established. Because we're people. We're humans. We have feelings. The way I look at it, and believe me, if you are my family, or even my chosen family, if something is not right, if I'm being hurt, if you're being hurt, we're going to have a conversation about it. I will express my thoughts and my feelings. I will hear you out. I will take my responsibility in it. I will not be blamed for your lack of. I will be there to assist you, yet not do it for you. I will and accept an apology. Yet if it continues to happen again and again with the same apology, I will no longer accept it unless actions are proving the apology to be sincere this time. Will I cut the relationship? Yes. If it is no longer healthy for me, you, or both of us. We might be family, yet there is a line in the sand and sometimes a line in cement that needs to be set. After all, family are people. Would you treat another person like you treat that family member? Maybe the topic is more about family and the concepts of musts, shoulds, have-tos, and obligations. Maybe it's more about boundaries, too. It really is all about all of them. Where are your boundaries when it comes to musts, shoulds, has-tos, have-tos? About what we should have, what type of relationship we should have with family, how much we have to take from behaviors. Family are people, just like every other people we have interactions with on a daily basis. So when you're thinking about these family relationships that make you feel this deep pit in your stomach and that sense of obligation and not in a good way, think of these three concepts. The first, what's your truth? Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself this question, perhaps. If they were not family, would they be in your life? And if so, to what extent? Be transparent with your family. Do not play games. Have a conversation about what's going on. Talk about your thoughts, your feelings, your wishes, your desires, your boundaries. Listen to their point of view as well. Healthier changes may just result. And I know so many of you are saying right now, oh yeah, that sounds really easy, Francine. Be transparent, sit down with them. That's another point. If you can't sit down with them because they treat you so poorly and you don't know how they're going to take it, go back to the question number one. If they were not family, would I put up with this in my life? Transform, and transformation is next. What will you act upon? If you're acting out of obligation, it will not feel good to you, and it probably doesn't feel good to the other person. See, the potential result could be more of an act of obligation than an act of love and joy. Hopefully you hear the difference. Which would you prefer in any relationship? An act of obligation or an act of love and joy? What might the outcome be? If we distanced or cut, you may find a new normal, and it may be calm, peace, awakening. You may still feel a sense of, am I doing the right thing by cutting them off, by distancing myself? Remember, you're human, and so are they. It may also be the best thing for that or those family members. They may need the break from you to find their own calm, peace, and awakening. Either way, we stop the obligation dance to figure out where the boundaries really need to be. Whoa. Simple, huh? Yet family can be complex. But what it really boils down to is how people treat people. Family or no family. Think on that. Thank you for listening, thinking, and maybe even laughing with me today as we explored getting over the complexities in life by simplifying our thoughts about it. And today it was family obligation. Want more? Go to my website, www.actioncoachingtraining.com, to activate your next steps. Until the next podcast, remember to slow down in order to speed up. And for heaven's sake, laugh at yourself. This is Francine Carter. Until next week, keep it simple.